with the wonderful and beautiful Kimberly McCullough, hanging out in Mississippi for fun in the sun. How would you define the perfect man?
Right. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be?
With you? Naked?
This boy got to get his head out of the gutter.
What are you talking about?
Keep watching,
because there's more fun in the sun.
Fun in the Sun is sponsored by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
So, Blair left Todd and me and pranced herself over here to tell you everything.
Yeah, she seemed pretty upset.
Chris, talk about a dysfunctional couple. I mean, I don't know what the problem is with those two, but the idea that it's me is ridiculous.
Is it?
Good book?
Don't tell anyone that I'm reading a kid's book.
Come on, it's okay to be a kid. It's no hurry to grow up, sweetie.
What are you doing here?
Came to give you a kiss goodnight and to tell you some amazing news.
Blair. And before you do that, we need to speak out in the hall here.
Baby asleep?
Yeah, she went down without a problem, and after this day, I can't believe it.
No. Maybe she feels like I feel.
How do you feel, honey?
And you're not going anywhere ever again.
It's true.
Please be careful. You're going to get us killed before we get to Adriana.
I was driving 5 miles under the speed limit. Moron.
I never should have allowed myself to be bullied into bringing you along. That man said I was to come alone.
That man isn't calling the shots anymore. Neither are you. If he does something to Adriana before we get there, I swear I will...
Nothing is going to happen to Adriana. Nothing.
Look, please just put the gun down, okay? My mother is gonna come alone. She's not gonna involve the police. It's like you said, she doesn't want them to know she hired you in the first place.
She do stuff like that often?
I don't want to talk about her. I just want you to put the gun down, please.
Why? So you can pick it up and use it on me?
Just unload it then, all right? You can threaten my mother with it, but nobody has to get hurt. You'll have everything you want.
Well, not exactly everything.
Capable of telling the truth.
That's right.
But can you believe me when I tell you I hate to see you like this?
Oh, of all the gin joints in all the world, I had to walk into hers.
You need to talk to somebody. And you don't really have any other friends in town.
That is true. Okay, I just spent the afternoon watching Tess disappear.
What?
Yeah, they kind of put Jessica and Tessica together. The shrink term is integration.
You watched that?
Oh, yeah. Me, Mr. Buchanan, Mrs. Davidson, Antonio, we all had ringside tickets.
What was it like?
Great show, no popcorn. He hypnotized her. And he introduced the two personalities to each other.
You're kidding me, right?
No. Hey, meet Tess. Hey, meet Jess. Wonderful. Then it certain point, he kind of brought her out of the trance. And he asked her who he was talking to, and she looked at me. And I thought it was Tess. And I was happy. Thought I'd won. I was wrong. It was just Tess's look in Jessica. So they were all very happy. They laughed, they cried, they hugged her. And I just kind of stood there and realized that it was over, that I had lost everything that mattered to me.
You still have a baby.
The baby. Antonio and Jessica are going to get married, and then Antonio will figure out some way to push me out of the picture.
Will Jessica let him do that?
Oh, she says not. She says she remembers everything that happened between Tess and I.
Really? That's a little weird.
It's very weird. But she doesn't have any feelings for me.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I am no more in love with her than she is with me.
What's your problem, Todd?
Can we go outside, please?
What are you going to talk about?
This news of your mother's.
Well, once again, sweetheart, you have completely misunderstood. I ran into Dr. McBain earlier, and he said he was going to be able to release you tomorrow.
He is?
Yeah. It's great, right?
What about my memory thing?
Well, he seems to think that you have fully recovered physically, and then the memory thing, I guess he'll deal with it on an outpatient basis.
That's good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So you'll see some kind of special therapist.
Well, I hope he knows what he's doing. Not remembering, it's a big drag.
Oh, now come on. You get to read your favorite books all over again because you don't know the ending.
So, Dad, what was it that you didn't want Mom to tell me? Was it about you two? Are you finally getting remarried?
How would you cut this crap?
What?
You don't have to pretend anymore.
What are you talking about?
Well, let's just say as far as telling the truth goes, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Don't tell me you bought into what Blair said.
I didn't have to. I was there already. Come on, we both know that Todd has a thing for you.
What, we do? It's funny, I didn't know. I knew that. Well, it's a good thing I have you here to point out all the things I'm too thick to think for myself.
Why are you getting like that?
How am I supposed to get, Chris?
You know, every time I try to talk to you about Todd, you always say that Blair's the only woman he wants.
I say that because it's true.
Well, Blair doesn't see it that way. She says she caught Todd with his arms around her.
No, I was leaving and I hugged him, and not the way that I hugged you, the way I hugged Layla.
Okay, well, what about Todd? What do you think that hug meant to him?
Who cares?
I care. And so does Blair.
Oh, one conversation and now you two are a team?
No, we're not a team, but you know what? It's good to know that somebody thinks the same thing that I think. But Todd has his sights set on you.
So what do you want me to do? What, never see him again?
Works for me.
The man said he knew exactly how long it would take to get there. If we're late.
Never mind the man. We won't be late.
Just what is this plan of yours?
To get Adriana safely away from this maniac.
Duh. How?
You just worry about your part. Follow that creep's instructions, transfer the money.
While you are doing what?
Whatever it takes.
Which means?
That means that Adriana is the only thing that matters. Okay, the only thing. If I get hurt, if somebody else gets hurt, so be it. As long as she's okay.
Well, of course. I would die for her.
Yeah, and then you just end up selling your soul to the devil so you can keep running her life.
Just one minute. You stop that, okay? I am not responsible for what this man is doing.
This man was on your payroll until he decided to up the ante by becoming a kidnapper. Let's just hope he hasn't morphed into something worse in the meantime.
You said all you wanted was the money, and my mother is on her way here to give it to you. So why are you looking at me like that?
Didn't
you get the lecture in health class?
Oh, please.
What?
You know what, Bruce? The thing about keeping somebody scared for weeks and weeks is that they finally reach a point where they just don't care anymore.
You're very brave. It's one of the things I really came to like about you.
Well, that really makes my day.
You're so tough. You don't back down. And obviously, you're as beautiful as they come. I'm about to come into $10 million. That means I can change my name, go wherever I want, do whatever I want. But you know what? Leaving behind everything and everyone I know, a man could get very lonely.
It will never happen.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for one beautiful memory I can take with me into the sunset.
There's not going to be a beautiful memory or anything else between you and me, okay? I'd rather be dead.
I really don't believe that, but I'll take it under advisement.
No, I'll bet if we asked them, your mom and dad would be willing to take care of Bree. And maybe you and I can go back to our place.
You're so bad.
No, I just thought they would sleep better there.
Yeah, and also the fact that we haven't had any alone time in a while.
I have to stop by Capricorn, make sure everything's cool.
Sounds like a plan to me.
We have a lot to celebrate.
Yes, we do. Let me just go and tell my mom that we're leaving. Okay. And then we'll be on our way. Isn't this funny? You and me going out in the town without a care in the world. Kind of like the good old days, isn't it? Drink sounds so good right now.
Aren't you supposed to avoid people, places, and things that would make you want to drink?
Yeah.
So what are you doing working here?
I wanted to perform in front of people, and most of those jobs are at bars.
Thank you.
I just have to accept the fact that other people can try and numb their pain with alcohol without ruining their lives.
You can't ruin what's already rotten.
You don't get to tell me who I can see. Nobody gets to do that.
It's not what I was doing, and I'm sorry if it sounded like it was, but come on, I would never try to run your life. It's just Manny. The guy's a user.
He wouldn't use me.
Oh, you're kidding me, right? What about when he escaped prison and made you help him hide out? You ended up in a jail cell.
For one night, and he didn't make me do anything.
You could have lost everything, Evangeline. Your license to practice law, your reputation.
No. He could have lost everything. He was the innocent man on death row.
He's using you to make Blair jealous. I see it, and so does she.
Chris, they play all kinds of stupid games to hurt each other, but that doesn't have anything to do with him and me. He's my friend. Look, I worked my butt off to make sure that he wasn't executed, and he worked just as hard to help me to get my sight back. You know, those are the kinds of extreme experiences that make people close.
So I'm supposed to just keep my mouth shut?
No, you're right about one thing. I did fall in love with someone when I was representing Todd. I fell in love with you.
And that means everything to me. You know, it changed my life.
It changed mine, too.
It's just that every time I see the two of you together, he gives me this little smirk that makes me want to put my fist to his face. I'm telling you, he wants you, and he thinks he's going to get you.
Even if he does think that, which he doesn't, I love you.
You'll find a way to get to you. I see it, and Blair sees it. And if you weren't so stubborn, you'd see it too and do something about it.
I'm really tired, so you guys should just get...
Knock it off, Star.
Hey, you knock it off. Well, Star might be going home tomorrow, but she's still recovering,
She's fully
Todd.
recovered, Blair. Right, Star? Her memory's fine. She's been scamming us this whole time about it.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How long have you known?
Oh, well.
Well, I think you got some explaining to do.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Blair, don't be so hard on her. She learned from the best. She even got you looked at.
What look?
You know that look she's been having when she claims to love Spencer?
What? You were lying about loving Spencer?
All right, we're almost there. Check your service. I want to make sure you can make that call to the bank.
I'm good. All he really wants is the money, and he's not going to jeopardize getting it.
Right, he's just a businessman.
That's right.
Businessman who broke into your house, ran a knife up and down Adriana's body.
Please stop. I don't even want to think about that.
You listen to me. You can lie to yourself about what you did, but you may not lie to me. You say all he wants is money, as though that excuses what you did.
I didn't do anything.
You hired somebody to terrify your own daughter.
No.
And now that somebody has gone off the rails and taken her with them. Now you could pay him the $10 million, and he could kill her anyway.
I refuse to believe that.
I don't care what you believe. I know what you did to keep me and Adriana apart. Was it worth it? She was one of the toughest, strongest girls I have ever known. Now, thanks to you, she's been terrified for months.
Never intended for any of this to happen.
But it happened. Now someone's gonna pay.
Your mother's late.
She'll be here, and you'll get your money, and you can disappear like you said.
Oh, you're pretty sure of her, huh?
She might have hired you to scare the hell out of me, but she wouldn't let me die.
Yeah, women like that. They think money is the answer to everything. But sometimes, even money just isn't enough. Now, if you're quiet, I won't have to kill you when it's over.
Thank you.
I'm starving. Want to get something to eat?
Food would take up valuable space I have specifically put aside for alcohol.
Look, I know we have a long history, and some of it bad.
Look, you don't like seeing me drink?
Not really.
Maybe I should go somewhere else. I shouldn't be here. This is Antonio's joint, right? I'm only here because this is the one place I'm sure he wouldn't be tonight.
He's home with Jessica?
Sure. He won. Jessica's back. She's all his.
And they're here.
I'm being realistic here. I've known Manning a lot longer than you have.
So what? That means you can't even try to see this from my point of view? But you're just so sure you're right?
I am right.
I give up. I give up.
Oh, all right, maybe it's a guy thing. But I know for a fact that he's using your friendship and your loyalty and using it to get what he wants.
Does it ever cross your mind that maybe Blair is using you to get what she wants? I mean, do you honestly think she ventured into the sweet-smelling gym because she's worried about you?
Okay, fine. Let them play their games with each other, but just stay out of it.
How, by not seeing Todd?
Why not?
God, Chris, I was really excited about our future together. I was looking forward to seeing where we were going.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know how we can have a chance if you're going to be paranoid.
Well, if you think about it, we always were kind of a long shot, weren't we?
You were just playing Truman? It wasn't for real? Oh my God, Mom, when did it start?
You know what? I'm going to ask the questions right now, all right? Like why you lied to us about losing your memory, Star.
Mom, it wasn't some big plan.
Was this a sudden inspiration?
I woke up and I saw you two together and you were both really worried about me. And it reminded me of when things were good. So I figured that if I played sick, that you guys would remember what we were like when we were a family.
Star, you let us think that something was wrong with your brain. Do you have any idea what that was like for us?
Yeah, it was probably just like how I felt when you said that you were in love with Dr. Truman.
That's a pretty good point.
Oh, would you not butt in all the time, Todd? Who else knows you've been pretending?
Just Langston and Dad.
How long were you going to keep me in the dark?
I don't know.
You trying to punish me, Star?
Maybe. I just thought that you didn't love Dad anymore, and that really bugged me. Especially when I knew that he still loved you.
That was pretty cute, you know that? Keeping me talking so you could untape your hands and grab that stick.
Why do you have to do this to me? Why can't you just take the money from my mother and leave me alone?
That was a really stupid thing you did. You know that?
Stop pointing that gun at my daughter. Or you're not going to see a penny of the money you want.
Oh, it'll be worth it to be rid of the two of you. You get me my money. Or I start with the pretty one here.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I'm Betty from Van Cleve, Mississippi.
And you're watching Fun in the Sun. Has it gotten better since a year ago?
It's gotten better, and people have started rebuilding and getting all the trash and debris away.
And what about you?
All trees without leaves. Katrina did that.
Oh.
Like that tree over there. But I still gotta go to school.
Oh, okay. Keep watching. There's more Fun in the Sun.
Fun in the Sun is sponsored by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Would you like to have that little talk out in the hall, Todd?
Yes, I would.
Mom, don't blame Dad. I just wanted things to be the way that they were.
Not possible.
Why did you do that? Why did you out me in front of her like that?
I can handle this.
Don't handle it. Just tell her how you feel.
Don't you dare boss me around like that. You don't know how I feel.
Yes, I do.
I didn't tell her to do this. She got some crazy idea in her head, and she went with it. Well, I know where she gets it.
Oh, you do, do you? You should have told me the minute you suspected it, Todd.
Well, I thought you and Spencer were the real thing. And I'm not about to tell you something that Spencer could use against...
I was worried about my daughter. She had all those tests, all those scans.
Oh, the tests and scans?
Yeah.
They're not going to hurt her. You know, I thought she was onto something in there.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, what you just said about us working together. I thought maybe you would see the light and you'd remember what real feelings were like and you'd see through Spencer's garbage. No.
I saw through Spencer's garbage on my own. I don't need my daughter to show me the way.
We got so into these roles, we ended up making love. We actually pretended to be in love. Even though we aren't, are we?
Wow. That's not what you said the other night.
You're the one that brought it up. But hey, maybe you're right. You're educated, lawyer, me, Angel Square, killed the guy I did time.
No, you're not a killer, Chris. You're a fighter. I've never seen anyone fight harder to overcome his past and reclaim his life. I mean, you're constantly reminding me that I'm a fighter, too. And we found something surprising and wonderful together, and now it seems like you're ready to throw it all away because of some nonsense that Blair said. Am I right? Do you really think that we're not going to make it?
I can't train for this like it's some kind of title fight. I don't know how to compete.
With Todd? Chris, you're the winner. You're still champion. There is nobody. There is nobody but you. Do you believe me?
The idea you had about going someplace else to drink, right on the money. Hi, boss. Jessica. So I guess congratulations are in order. I heard about this afternoon. You're all put back together. Sigmund Freud meets Humpty Dumpty.
I have to go and talk to Nash.
Sure. And listen, we don't have to be here that long. I'll just go in the back, take care of what I need to, and then we can take off.
I'm glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you about my...
Yeah, and before we do that, let's get something straight. Any more crap about Humpty Dumpty, and you're fired.
I was gonna ask how you're doing, but by the looks of you, I already know the answer.
How's the baby?
She's fine. We gave her a bottle, burped her, and put her to bed.
That's good.
Do you want to come by and see her tomorrow?
I don't think so.
I don't understand why not, Nash. If you need a few days to get used to this, I understand. But
I don't think I should be a part of my daughter's life, not at all.
Pull that trigger and I will splatter you all over this rest stop.
Oh, who else did you bring there, Mommy?
Oh, I didn't bring him. I swear to you, he must have followed me, and the police are in no way involved. So stop pointing that gun at my daughter, and I'll make the phone call, and you'll have the $10 million deposited in your offshore account just like you told me to, and it'll be win-win all around.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. I'll drop my gun here, and the blonde guy with the cannon here, what? Is he gonna let me drive off into the sunset so I can get my money?
You put that gun down. Can't you see this is over?
Does this look like it's over to you? I'd suggest you drop that piece and kick it towards me.
Please just do what he says, Rex.
I said, kick it over.
I'm so sorry. Everything I thought it was wrong.
Okay, Mommy, you get over there with the other two. Are you deaf, Dorian?
Are you blind, Bruce?
That night you hurt your neck.
When I was running away from you and Todd.
Right. Well, he and I spent a lot of time together at the hospital, waiting to hear if you were to live or die.
I don't know what you're getting.
Just hold on a second. I was the one bugging the doctors, trying to find out how you were, making sure that you were everybody's first priority. While Todd was on the phone all night, throwing his weight around, trying to get that hotshot specialist of his to fly in.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here looking at you because he did that.
Yeah, but nobody could guarantee that surgery would work, especially after the kind of neck injury like you had. But he didn't care. All he cared about was grandstanding and playing hero.
But it worked.
Yeah, thank God it worked. But I was there. And I'm telling you, it wasn't about you seeing again. It was about him looking good to you afterward, no matter what happened.
That's not true. I talked to him about that.
That's because you buy into everything he says.
Because he tells me the truth, Chris. And quite frankly, it's Blair's judgment that's suspect here. I mean, she was the one that was convinced that he killed Margaret and the baby, but she was wrong about that. And she's wrong about my relationship with him.
If he's straight with you, it's because so far it's worked out for him. If it's better for him to lie to you, believe me, he'll lie to you. And if you call him on it, well, he'll just remind you of all the great things he's done for you.
So what, you think he's setting me up?
I think he is.
To do what?
To be the next woman in his life. Oh, he'll probably put it that your healing his broken heart the way he healed your ass. What I'm afraid of is that you feel like you're on to something. Forget about the two of us.
I told you how I felt about you earlier tonight. But you probably missed it because you were concentrating on Evangeline.
Let's you and I just cut our losses, all right?
Cut our losses.
You and I. Let's just get out of it. I'm done. You know, we're great in bed. Everyone in the hospital hear that? We're great in bed. But then what happens? We fight before we got our clothes back on. Is that what you want? The rest of your life to live like that?
No, I don't. Todd, I don't. But Margaret came after us, Spencer came after us, and all the greatest sex in the world is not going to erase what they did to us.
What they did? Is that about what they did?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind of lost faith in you for a little while.
Lost faith? Is that what you call it?
What would you call it, Todd?
I'd call it betrayal. Pure and simple.
Well, I guess it's just always going to come back to this, isn't it?
Well, unless there's a better round.
You know, Todd, you dare people to love you.
Are you eavesdropping?
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry if I upset you.
I'm not upset, I'm angry.
It's just that I don't know how to talk to Jessica about her condition.
Look, if you can't say something nice, then don't say anything at all. Don't take it out on Jessica just because you're jealous of what Tess meant to Nash.
I'm sorry.
Look, Jessica's been through hell, and nobody's going to put her through anything more, especially somebody who works for me.
Yeah, I love my job here. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that.
And you stay away from Jessica, or you're out of here.
Absolutely, yes. Right. So, do you guys have plans?
Yeah, for the rest of our lives. I'm going to ask her to marry me again.
Do it soon.
Look at me. I don't know why you would say something like that. I want Bree to know her father.
You say that.
Look, to say that things are complicated would possibly be the understatement of the year, but you need Bree. And Bree needs you too.
I don't want to confuse her.
That's not going to happen. I will make sure of it. Look, Bree would be the luckiest girl in the world to have two men in her life like you and Antonio.
It's hard to imagine being her father without.
Tess is her mother. You know, Tess will always be her mother too.
How good a shot are you?
Pretty good, but even if I miss, I'll make sure you're singing soprano in the prison choir.
Golden red, every sun is gone, and you begin touching my lips, hushing me with one kiss. We let the night come in. Tell me one thing.
Strings on the house.
Tell me you'll keep it safe and sound.
You don't believe in me?
It's not true.
Then Then why don't you believe me when I tell you that my friendship with Todd will never be anything else?
It's not you that I don't trust.
If Todd ever tries to be more than friends, that will be the end of him and me, I promise you. But commitment is a really big deal to me, Chris, and I am not afraid of it. Because I'm committed to you. Do you believe me?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Then stop being such a jealous maniac.
I'll try.
Are you real?
Mm-hmm.
Get some sleep. Last night at the funhouse.
Dad, are you gonna try to make up with Mom?
I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Dad, come on. You're the one who told me that she was faking with Dr. Truman.
Yeah, but she didn't start doing that until Margaret showed up and proved I was innocent. She was ready to have them kill me.
It's because Spencer tricked her.
Star, honey, your mom has done and said things that I can't forgive her for.
But you want to forgive her, right? You want things to be the way they used to be, don't you?
One life to live.
She wants to take Tommy away from us.
Do you have the test results? Is my baby okay?
Let's just say that the Buchanans are going to get what's coming to them.
Well, I think I got something.